Well, it's time to do a little bit of rodent control. Looks like the pocket gophers are having a field day in my yard, and they're kind of making the place look like the sands of Iwo Jima. So I'm going to use some conventional ways and some fun ways to get rid of these suckers. My conventional way of getting rid of them is by using these traps here. So the gopher will come in here, keep on going, and pop.
Pop!
That's right. They get in there, get stuck, and they die eventually. Yeah, they're pretty worn, and they still have the stench, I guess, of the prior brethrens of the gopher family there. So the gophers are getting pretty smart and smelling it and filling the little holes up with dirt, just plugging up the whole works, and they just go somewhere else. So sometimes I'm successful and sometimes I'm not. But they're getting smarter out here, so I use other ways. My preferred way of getting rid of pests in the backyard is by shooting them. Loads of fun. Just set out your lawn chair, nice cold beer, and wait for them to pop their heads out. I used to use a pellet gun to get rid of them. And this particular model rifle is a BSA Superstar Magnum. Something like 800, 900 foot per second coming out of the muzzle. Had this for quite a few years, and I don't like using it because I don't want to freak out the neighbors when they see me come out of the yard with this. This looks like a full-size Winchester lever action or something like that, and from far away they can't tell what the hell it is. It just looks like a cannon to them. Now I use the Colibri 22 primer propelled 22 round. This round right here is propelled by the primer only. It's got a little bit more of a kick than a regular primer to propel this projectile, but this sounds less than a full-size pellet gun in my opinion. I believe it goes 350 foot per second, and the next step up is the Super Colibri, and that goes for 550 foot per second. A little bit louder, but that's what it uses. This is what a pellet rifle sounds like. Browning buckmark with a 7-inch barrel, fluted, heavy barrel. Excellent, accurate weapon. This is my prime gopher killing machine. And I have a cheap sight mark holographics on top there. Pretty good. Though for close-up range I have to sort of do a little bit of Kentucky windage when I'm 5 or 6 feet away from the target. It's really good for maybe 50 feet or 20 feet on out, but up close you got to do a little bit of Kentucky windage or elevation, and this is what it sounds like. Advantages to this round is it's pretty quiet, as you can hear. I can shoot all day in the backyard and the neighbors is none the wiser, except if they pick their eye out and they see me with this hand cannon looking thing, even though it's a 22. But another disadvantage is it doesn't have enough blowback to operate the charging handle. So I'm going to demonstrate that right now. See, nothing. Another disadvantage is it would only load reliably 3 rounds per magazine, at least for the Browning buckmark. Any more than that, the shells are shorter than a standard 22, so they don't properly fit into the magazine pretty well. See, there's still a little bit of a gap there. So this round is actually well suited for revolvers. On semi-automatics, it's a little bit more challenging, but nonetheless, it's still loads of fun. From around 10 yards away, you could still reliably penetrate skin with this round. I proved it with gophers that I shot from that distance. As a summary, this round, along with a pellet gun, you will be able to use this for stealthy hunting in case you don't want to be known where you're at. The ultimate, I guess, will be a bow and arrow, but I don't know how to use that yet. So this is what I use so far out here for fun in the backyard and pest control. Another demonstration using steel flashing back there. Galvanized flashing, that is. Same distance, around 10 feet away, using the Colibri brown. So this little itty bitty round, or pellet, out of this rifle at around 700 foot per second, made that hole there. Just for reference, that's my pinky, and it actually penetrated the steel there. And here's the relatively thickness of the steel, or metal flashing. And the Colibri 22 round, this is the dent that it made on the flashing from 10 feet away, both weapons. All in all, for backyard fun, this is what I like to use for pest control, and whatever may come around later on. Oh, the Colibri disclaimer: they do not want you using that 22 round to be fired through a rifle, let's say a 10-22 or a Marlin Papoose, which I have one on order, so I'm actually going to be testing that. But I've seen videos on YouTube that shooters out there using that round on rifles, so it is just buyer beware. And I'm sure if it gets stuck in the barrel, you could always fish it out with a cleaning rod or something. Just be safe about it and check your barrel. It's dusk and there's activity in that hole. There he is. Did I get him? I don't know. I'll check.